Hello everyone, welcome back to another My tutorial. So today we're going to be creating another part of our Rolex Sky Dweller here. So let's see some other part. How about today we start working on the triangle right here. So in order to do this, I'm going to take a look at some images of our Rolex again. So it looks like it does come out maybe a tiny bit, although it's kind of hard to see that much detail on it. But let's get started. So let's go into Maya here. Let's go into our top view. I'm going to close my attribute editor too because it's kind of in the way. And to make another cube and then bring it up a bit. And then all we got to do is just take these top vertices and bring them down a bit and then out. Just scale it and like that. And then with these, what we're going to do is gonna scale them in, and I think this needs to be reset to default because I don't know if you had that on, but it was being a little weird right now. Okay, so I gotta make sure that this is in the middle here, and what we're gonna do is go into Maya right here, and you can just push this up. We have to merge these two right here, so I'm gonna merge those and merge those. That way we get ourselves a nice triangle, which is kind of hard to see right now because these two guys need to be pushed up quite a bit, and then I need to take this up. I'm going to center the pivot too because it seems to be a little weird. And they need to also be on the same level, so I'm going to go into my side view and just take the vertexes here. So these, we can do a cool trick where if you just push down like that, it will make it equal if you have your pivot all normal. I'm going to do the same for the bottom here. That way we can get no weird angles in here, at least not yet. So we have that, and now what we need to do is select this top face right here. Make sure it's the top one. You can press force to make sure we don't have anything else selected, and just press Control E to do an extrude, and just hit R, and then just scale this in a bit until we get to the white part right there. Perfect. And then I'm going to extrude once more and then just bring this in just a little bit. So right now we have our perfect triangle, and all we gotta do is just apply a black blend to this, and I'm just gonna make sure it's perfect. Yep. And we can just drop this down, maybe scale it up a little bit, and just drop our triangle down into there. Take a look at our face. Another thing we can do maybe to just kind of distinguish this a bit better, we can select that face right there and the ones inside, and we can give them blend 5, which is the rest of them, just to kind of distinguish that the color inside of that will be different, so it's a bit easier to see. So let's see how much time I have. Okay, barely done anything. So let's see what we should do next. We can start working on creating the boats that you see right here. So in order to make these, let's take a look. They seem to be pretty simple. We're gonna make them the same way we made the what is it called? The triangle that we just made. So here's a good image. Okay, it looks like they will be just simple cubes. So I'm going to make a cube right here and bring it up, and I'm going to scale it down to the correct size and scale it out. In fact, I can just do it simply with the vertexes right here, and these ones are a bit too far, and maybe a bit down. Then just select that top face, Control E, press R, and then we can just scale this in, and we should probably drop both of them at the same time to make them equal. Just try and fit our reference. So that looks pretty good. Then with that face selected again, I'm gonna go into perspective right here, Control E, drop that down, something that's a bit too much. Something like that. and give the entire thing a black blend. And related to the triangle, pretty sure the middle is a different color, so I'm gonna give this a 5. Pretty sure it is. Yep, and those edges are not going to be white though, because it does not look like that in our images. So with that thing created, we gotta scale this down quite a bit. And what is going on? Okay, make sure I was in object mode. Scale it down quite a bit, and then drop this back down. And I believe they're all about the same, except that one is black for some reason, which I find kind of interesting. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and since they should be all the same size, all we gotta do is just fit them to the correct location. So something like that, and then duplicate it once more, and rotate it the usual. So that looks good. Duplicate it again, and right there, fitting our reference, and here, fit the reference. Perfect. In fact, maybe it could be a bit more up too. Duplicate it again, put it over to here, and now that we've done that, I'm going to go back to this one right here, and it looks like the inside for this one will be a different color, so why don't we just give this a temporary color of just like a random one we made earlier to kind of signify that that one's different. So we have that done. Now let's select that piece, duplicate that, scale that in, and I'm going to make this exactly 180 so that it's perfect. And that looks pretty good. And then for this one, I believe this one's perfectly 90, so we can just do that too. And then I can even just duplicate that all the way to that side. But it does look like this might cover it. Oh no, that's just a piece of glass on top that's doing that. It won't actually be covered. So then let's just continue working on this. So just to be scaled and rotated. Actually, no, not scaled. I mean to just rotate it. And also for this one at the top, 0. Okay, that's what I wanted. Duplicate this one and rotate it to where it belongs on our reference. It's good that we have a good one that allows us to see a lot of detail, because I've dealt with a lot of images. In fact, in some of the tutorials I was doing earlier for the Dark Souls and Blood Born weapons, it's usually not common to find good reference images for things like that's not like a car or something, because there's like a billion car reference images. But it seems that with watches, there's actually a lot of really good high definition ones, usually from Rolex too, because on their website they have like, billion K reference image files. So I think that we could even move this a bit up. So let's take a look at how this looks and make sure it all looks good. It looks great. So I think that will probably be it for this episode. We created a lot more onto the face. I think in the next episode I'll probably add the thing under this, and probably add, we'll see if we have time to continue to start working on this inner part right here, and then after we do all that, we will start working on the outer parts of this watch. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe.